Welcome back. As you may recall, I'm Gary Newell, Global Product Specialist for Kinze, and I'm here to speak to you about our True Speed vacuum system. So, the True Speed system is capable of planting at speeds up to 19 kilometers per hour, and it also offers strong crop support. Today, it is capable of planting corn, which is inside of the meter today, currently. Soybeans, we have two different options there. Wheat, as well as rapeseed canola, sugar beet milo, and sunflowers. So let's take a look at how we open the meter up and then how we would change from one crop to the next. So to open the meter, there is a detent on the side. We press that button and then we rotate the meter to open it into the two pieces. We have our cover side and we have our housing side. While there are some similarities between the True 8 and the True Speed system, you'll notice that the meter orientation is quite a bit different. And one other thing that's quite a bit different is that both the disc and the ejector wheel are on the cover side. So to change crops, we remove or detent that. That allows us to remove the disc. And to remove the ejector wheel, we lift up on the spring and we push back on the ejector arm. If we want to change to, say, soybeans, it's as simple as doing the opposite. So we start by selecting our ejector arm. We align it with the spring and we pull it into place until we hear that snap. We then take our disc, we align it with the drive shaft, push it down and make sure that the locking pin is in place. And that's all it takes to change over the system from one crop to the other. Now, depending on the crop type, there are some additional steps. In the case of soybeans, we do need to remove the singulator. And to do so, we just need to simply lift up as we pull out. And that's how the singulator gets removed. For some specialty crops, such as canola and sugar beets, we also need to change the baffle door, which is a very simple process. To do so, once the singulator has been removed, we detent the baffle. This allows us to remove the baffle door. So to do that, you pull back on this as you lift up, and then that can be slides right out. And then we can take, say, the sugar beet one, and we can pull it back as we slide it into position. Then we can simply put that back into by lining up the alignment pin on the side and then pushing down until it snaps into place. All right, so let's talk about how seed flows through the meter. Seed enters into the rear side of the housing, flows through the baffle door to create the seed pool. The seed is then adhered to the disc pockets by the vacuum applied to the rear side of the disc. And as seed comes around, it comes into the singulator. And if there are multiples, depending on the crop, then its job is to remove those multiples. Seed then continues around until it gets to the release portion, where a handoff occurs from the meter into the delivery system. All right, let's take a look at the underneath side of the cover. There's a few things to point out here. The first is that we have a seal. This seal runs all the way around the edge of the disc, and that creates the vacuum on the rear side of the disc. You can also see that we have our drive motor and gearbox, and this is important as this meter specifically is electric drive only. So it's offered with our Technology Blue Vantage Blue Drive system machines today. All right, now let's take a look at how the meter interfaces with the delivery system. When it is in a row unit, the meter interfaces with the tube like this. And as you can see, that is the start of the seed's journey on the seed tube. Let's go ahead and show how to open up the seed tube so you can see the internal components. The first thing you want to do is remove the seed sensor. You do so by using this thumb screw, and that just comes off. The next piece is to remove the lower cover. We do so by pulling back on this and sliding down. And to remove the upper cover, we pull up slightly while we pull down. As you can see, that was toolless to gain access into the delivery system. There's a few main parts to point out. The first is the brush wheel, and the next is our Kevlar reinforced delivery belt. Now, the point of this system is to make sure that the seed is at an equal speed but opposite direction at the time of release, so that there's no roll or bounce within the seed trench itself. This is what allows for those increased planting speeds. Now, to go ahead and put the system back together, we do the opposite. We take our upper cover. There are some aligning locations here. We make sure those are in place and we just push up. And the same with the lower cover. We have these aligning pins or slides. So we put those in place and we just lift up. When it comes to putting the seed sensor back on, you'll notice that there are some also aligning pins here. We make sure that those are in place on each side. You see that it's there as well. And then we can take our thumb screw and we can tighten it back into place. So the True Speed system is a terrific system for your farm if you're looking for increased planting speeds while also offering multi-crop support. Thank you, and we look forward to speaking with you next time.